Welcome to 40-minute mother-daughter yoga in the woods. We will start standing on the mat. Hands and arms are loose at your side, and we will move into neck rolls. Back is straight, head upright. Exhale, drop your head forward. Slowly rolling your right ear over your right shoulder and hold for a few breaths, allowing the left side of your neck to release. Rolling around, chin up towards the sky, and then rolling your left ear over your left shoulder, holding and allowing the right side of your neck to release. And do about 2 rotations on each side. Just allowing yourself to arrive here on your yoga mat. From here, we'll move to hands and knees. We'll go through cat-cow, starting in tabletop position, dropping your chin to your chest, keeping your knees under your hips and your arms, beneath your shoulders. As you drop your head and your tailbone and arch your back, exhaling, and then inhaling, raising your head and your tailbone, letting your abdominal area drop towards the floor. You alternate between cat and cow, moving at your own pace, moving with your breath. Inhaling, chin up. Exhale, chin down, rippling up through your spine, allowing your spine to warm up. And if you need to wiggle a little bit, get your hips loose. So allow yourself to move through this naturally. Do one more cycle. Inhale, exhale, and coming to neutral spine. Stepping your right foot forward so that your ankle is tracking under your knee. You can shift forward until the right knee is fully bent at a right angle, and then dropping your hips down, getting a nice hip stretch. Bring your palms to the inside of your foot, where you can keep both hands framing your foot, really whatever's calling to you. In this demonstration, I'm dropping my knee out a bit to get a little different of a stretch. Move with your own body, allowing yourself to move with your own flow. And walking your hands back, dropping your hips to your back leg, to your back ankle and foot, raising your front toes up towards the sky, flexing the foot and getting a hamstring stretch and a half split. And then stepping the other foot forward, your left foot, tracking that ankle underneath your knee, keeping your hips square, framing your foot. And if you'd like to take it a little bit deeper, you can bring your hands to the inside of your foot. Again, dropping those hips to the back foot, attempting to make the front leg straight, but you can keep a generous bend in the knee if your hamstrings are tight, flexing that foot. And then walking back forward, bringing that leg back to tabletop position. Moving your hands just a few inches forward. As you're ready, tucking your toes and lifting your hips up into a first downward dog. Pushing your palms down to straighten your back. Your head hangs. Shoulders are tracking away from the ears. You can walk out the dog if you'd like. Again, moving with what you are feeling today in your yoga practice. We'll stay here a little bit longer. Breathing. You can release down into your knees at any time, and then go back up into downward dog. This aligns the spinal column, releasing tension in the shoulders, and stretches and strengthens and lengthens the hamstrings. From here, we'll release downward dog to hands and knees and come down completely to the mat. Hands under the shoulders, forehead to the mat, releasing the tops of the feet. Inhale, curling your upper body as you slowly raise your head and shoulders and chest off the mat. Pelvis is remaining on the mat. Relax your shoulders and arms and breathe, and release down to the mat. One more time. Inhale, curling your upper body up. If you'd like to press into the mat to come into full cobra, again listening to your body, and release down to the mat. Inhale one more time. Maybe you're able to push into a further back bend. Again, always listening to your body. Release down to the mat, exhale. Here, push back up into downward dog. tucking your toes. And then walk your hands towards your feet and allow yourself to hang in a forward fold. Generous bend in the knees, releasing your neck, any tension you may hold there. Grabbing your elbows with your hands if you'd like, maybe swinging it out. And slowly roll up to standing, one vertebrae at a time. Your neck is last to come up. Raising your arms slowly up towards the sky, looking at your thumbs, and sliding your hands down to heart center. Coming to the long side of your mat, facing the long side of your mat. Stepping out in a wide stance, hands on your hips, engaging your core, bringing that belly button to the back of your spine, chest is lifted, chin lifted. And slowly bend from the waist with a flat back towards the mat, and then releasing your hands away from your hips, coming to the ground. Strong legs, loose back. You can grab your elbows with your hands again if that's available to you. Listening to your body, hands on the hips once again, flat back, coming up to standing, slowly raising up, and then stepping your feet together, coming towards the short side of your mat, to the top of your mat, hands on your hips. As you step your right foot back, as though you're on railroad tracks, keeping that back heel lifted off from the ground. Generous bend in your front knee, and then swivel that back foot down flat to the mat. Hips are facing the long side of your mat. And keep your hands on your hips. Or you can raise your arms parallel to the mat. Gaze is facing the front hand, middle finger. And breathe. Taking note here of your form. Belly button is towards the spine. Shoulders are away from the ears. Feeling strong in warrior pose. Dropping your elbow down to your knee, swinging that arm in front of you so that your fingertips track all the way down the side of your body in a long line to the back foot. Neutral neck, opening up your chest. Do side angle pose. Inhale to standing, arms parallel to the ground if you'd like, or hands on your hips. straightening the front leg and stepping your feet a little bit closer together if you choose. Arms are parallel to the ground. And as you're ready, and reach your left hand forward and then cantilever down, and your hand will rest on your leg, the floor, your foot, and your right arm is raised towards the sky. You can keep your gaze neutral, you can look down or you can look up. Chest is open to the side of your mat, and breathe. Inhale back to standing, hands on your hips, swivel back and step up to the top of your mat. And we'll go to the other side. Hands on your hips and stepping that left foot back in a wide lunge. Heel is raised up off from the mat. Front leg is deeply bent. And from there, swivel down. Your foot is completely flat on the mat as your hips face the long side of your mat. And keep your hands on your hips or raise your arms parallel to the mat, gazing towards the middle finger of your right hand. Again, taking note of your belly button pulled towards your spine. Your knee is tracking over your ankle, shoulders away from the ears. Chest is open. Bending your elbow, resting your elbow on your right knee, swiveling that left arm in front of your body up over your body in a long line from your left fingertips down across your body. So you have a long line from your fingertips down to the outside of your left foot. Opening your chest, gaze is neutral. Inhale back up to standing, arms parallel to the ground, to your mat. Straighten the front leg and stepping your feet a little bit closer together. Arms again parallel to the ground. As you reach forward with your right hand and then cantilever from your waist so that your arm drops and your hand rests on wherever it lands, your leg, your foot, the ground. Opening up that chest, your left arm is reaching towards the sky. You can decide to look up towards your hand. Keep your gaze neutral or look down. Inhale back to standing, hands on your hips, swiveling that back foot and then stepping to the top of your mat. From here we'll move to tree pose. Standing up straight, eyes focused on a single point, shifting your weight to one leg, and raising your other leg and placing it on the sole of your foot of the standing leg. So it can be on your calf or on the inner side of your thigh, This is a balancing pose. Tracking that knee outward, pressing your foot into the leg and the leg into the foot. If you'd like to take your tree pose a little bit deeper, you can put your hands at heart center. You can raise your branches up and out, or keep your branches together with your hands above, as demonstrated. Inhale, release. Release your foot to the floor and move to the other side. Shifting your weight to one leg, raising your other leg and placing the sole of your foot on that standing leg at your calf or the inside of your thigh, where you can keep your toes on the ground. And as you're ready, you can expand your branches, lifting your arms up towards the sky. Inhale, release everything, floor down to the floor. From here, we'll come back down to our mat, sitting with our legs out in front of us, legs straight. As you pull and bend one knee in towards your chest, giving yourself a nice big hug. You can choose to cross your leg over to the straight leg, or you can keep your heel towards your hip on the same side, grasping that knee with your left arm. And this is demonstrating the right leg is bent, so hanging on to the leg with my left arm. I'm tracking that right arm behind me, behind my hip, opening up my chest, lifting the spine, and tracking my gaze over my shoulder, over my right shoulder, so getting a nice twist. With each inhale, straighten the spine a little bit more. With each exhale, squeeze. Maybe able to twist a little bit more. Releasing your right leg down to the mat. Bending the left leg, the left knee, hugging it towards your chest. Right leg is straight. And then grasping your left knee with your right arm, bringing that left hand behind your hip, and twisting your body over to the left, and your gaze looking over your right shoulder. Inhale, straighter spine. Exhale, maybe pushing into your hand and your leg to get a little bit of a further twist. Inhale, release, back forward. Legs are straight in front of you. Bringing the bottoms of your feet together, hands on your feet as you come into bound angle pose, sitting with your back straight, rolling the shoulders down and away from the ears, and lowering the knees towards the floor without forcing this. You can track your feet out further from your body if you'd like. Really allowing your muscles to relax a little more with each exhale. From here we will release down, flipping over onto our back, bringing the heels towards the hips in a bent knee pose. As you raise the hips towards the sky into bridge pose. You can interlace your fingers underneath your back. You can bring your arms up over your head. You can keep your arms straight out by your side. This is your practice. Whatever's feeling good in your body. Keeping those hips lifted, breathing. Really taking notice with each inhale and exhale, your hips are staying lifted. Release to the mat. One more time. As you raise the hips towards the sky into bridge pose. And release down to the mat. We'll flip over onto the belly. Lying face down, chin on the floor, arms by your sides. We'll inhale, the chin up, the chest up, the legs up, your arms are up. This is locust pose. Gaze is neutral, neck is not being strained, shoulders away from the ears. Breathe. And release, hands underneath your forehead, resting your forehead in crocodile pose. We'll do this one more time. Arms by your sides, palms facing up towards the sky, lifting your chin, your chest, your legs, stretching out the legs straight, very strong pose, feeling that engagement in your back body, neck is long. Breathe. And then exhale, release, resting your forehead on your folded hands. From here, flipping over back to your back. And we'll move to a nice hip stretch. Taking your right leg, resting that right ankle over your left knee. Threading your hands beneath or behind your left leg. If it's possible, and bringing your legs towards your chest. You can choose to press on your right knee, keeping your legs engaged throughout this pose. Your feet are flexed, and allowing the release to happen in your hips. Again, your feet are flexed, protecting your knees. We'll stay here a little bit longer. And with each exhale, imagine the release. Picture pulling a string that unties a knot. Release to the floor. You can windshield wiper your knees back and forth before we move to the other side. We'll move to the other side, crossing your left ankle over your right knee. You can stay right here. You can press on your knee if you'd like here. Keeping those feet flexed throughout this pose. If you'd like to take it a little deeper, you can thread your hands through and clasp behind your thigh. Feet are flexed, and bringing your knee and your leg closer to your upper body, and just allowing the release in the hip. You can press on your knee, on your left knee if you'd like, but this is a good stretch just as it is. Release to the ground, windshield wipering your knees back and forth. Bringing your knees towards your chest, giving yourself a nice big hug. You can rock back and forth if you'd like, getting a little massage on your back. You can hold your knees and bring your knees wide. You can hug your knees close and tight, close to you. Really, whatever you're feeling is what's right for your body today. Moving to our final resting pose. Lying flat on your back. Tucking your tail down, arms by your side, palms up. I invite you to close your eyes and breathe and relax. Your body is rested, your mind is calm, your heart is at peace, your spirit is soaring. And as you're ready, start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, waking up the body. Then rolling to one side and resting your head on your arm, bending your knees. And then pushing yourself back up to a comfortable seated position. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you in this practice today. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.